Okay, so this is a review that I promised about the Python gun belt from Concealment Solutions, and I love this belt. It's the Kydex reinforced Python belt. They also have another version that's just cowhide, and it's like this thick. It's nice and thick. Comparing it to my thumbnail there, you can see it, and it's just awesome. It distributes the weight well for your gun. Anything else you might be carrying, if you're, somebody else like me that works in security or law enforcement, you have a duty belt on, this belt is amazing. I strapped up the other day with my, I think, 15-pound security guard rig, duty belt, and I put the keepers on this, and when I start work, which is anywhere from a 8 to 14 hour shift, depending on what I'm doing and what side I'm at that day, this belt keeps my entire duty belt in place exactly where I put it. It doesn't move for an entire shift. It's just there the entire time. It's awesome. And at first I thought, oh, well, it's just a belt. It's really not worth the money. I mean, a belt's a belt. And I already have a ton of belts. I've had belts that I've had. I've been working security for almost 3 years now, so I have a pretty good collection of different belts. But none of them were Kydex lined. None of them were this thick. None of them could have the buckle changed on them like these. They were just cheap belts that I bought at a uniform store, but I thought, oh, well, that's what you're supposed to have, because that's why they sell them at the uniform store. If they weren't selling them at the uniform store, then they shouldn't be with your whole selection. But nope. This blows all those little $20 belts out of the water completely. And definitely, like, the Walmart belts and stuff like that. There was actually one that I got when I went down to Peru that was really good for carry, or at least I thought until I got this belt. And it was pretty thick. It was about half as thick as this, which really isn't that bad, but it could be a lot better. And this makes all the difference when it goes and it has a full stitch double belt, and then you also add Kydex to it. It's like amazing when you're carrying a heavy belt filled with handcuffs, pepper spray, baton, taser, if you're armed, or a law enforcement officer, a gun, spare ammo. All that stuff adds huge weight, both to the belt that you're carrying on, your pants setup, your belt keepers, all that. And this holds everything that I get, whether it's just my Concealment Solutions holster that I got with this belt, or whether I got it with my entire duty gear setup. This holds it in place. It doesn't move. It doesn't fidget around like my other one does. It doesn't bend either. I'm putting a lot of force into this, and this is just not moving at all. My other one, I just squeeze it down and it folds over. If your belt can't hold up to you putting down almost full pressure like that without having it buckle in the middle there and start kind of folding in on itself, you're not carrying your setup on the right belt. And when I try and do that on the Kydex part of it, because up here it's just a cowhide where it goes into your belt loop and belt buckle there, but when you get back to the point where it's Kydex lined right here, you can see where it ends and see where the actual leather part begins. It'll move the entire belt instead of just staying there. It's not going to fold in on itself. And that's the biggest advantage of getting a belt like this. Does it cost a little bit more than those cheap little $20 belts or those $10 belts that you get at Walmart or uniform supply stores? Yeah. But you get something that's not going to move when you need it to be completely secure, when you don't want to readjust your belt every 5 minutes. And it's just an awesome setup. And with everything from Concealment Solutions, at least at this point, you can listen to the Gun Dudes, and they have a special promo code that you can use and get a discount on them. So, it's a great deal. You get a discount on it when you listen to the Gun Dudes, and if you're not listening to the Gun Dudes, you should. They're funny. And, great way to kill time, and great way to get deals on everything from holsters to safes. So, check the Gun Dudes out. Check out Jason Christensen's website with concealmentsolutions.com. And that's the Python gun belt. Definitely worth it. Great investment.